In this film, we will see the story of 8 people that how they die or are killed. So, day 1 means the first day starts. At the beginning of the story, we see a man who wanted to become an actor, and he came to the director for an audition. Now, the girl who worked with the director comes to call that man. When this man goes to the director, he tells him that you have a role of an officer, and perform such an acting that you are really a police officer. Now, when that man performs acting, he was feeling shy. The director tells him that I don't think you know acting. And by saying this, he refuses. He tells him that you cannot work in this movie. Now, that man who was about to go from there, he finds a picture of an actor. He picks it up and takes it to a bar. When he drinks alcohol there, he was intoxicated. And that picture that he brought with him. Now he sees that man who was in the picture. It seems that he is just talking to him. Don't let that bastard. The man in the picture tells him that if you want to make a movie, go to the director again. And show him the right acting. Now, he calls the director again and says, will you give me another chance? I want to act again and show you. Now when he goes to the director, he does very good acting. The director also likes his acting. Now at the end, there is a scene where the officer shoots someone. This man takes out his gun. And while performing the acting, he really shoots the director. The girl who worked with the director, when she comes and sees, she gets scared. And she screams. Now, the day 2, that is, we are shown the story of the other day. Now, that girl was very happy. The girl who worked with the director, she calls her friend and says, I am very happy. My boss is dead, now the whole company is mine. Now, I will handle all his work. She also tells her friend about that man who killed her boss. Now, that girl's friend says that she wants to meet that man. Now, she gets that man in touch with her. When he goes to that girl's friend's house, the girl's friend says to that man, I have heard that you are very good at acting, I also want to learn. But that man also wanted to kill that girl. Like he killed the director. That girl says, I want to take acting classes from you. But before that you will have to drink with me. Now, when that man drinks with that girl, he becomes unconscious. And when he comes to his senses, he was tied to the bed. And the girl was sitting on top of him. Who says to him, I am hungry and you are my food, which is very tasty. Saying this, she turns into a very big insect. And eats that man. After eating him, the girl calls her friend. Who worked with the director. She says, I enjoyed eating him. In the same way, you can send more people to me. Then we sees a tattoo on the girl's foot. Who worked with the director. It means she was also an insect. Who used to eat humans. And was living as a human being among humans. The story of the 3rd day. We see a man who was very pious and religious. But he used to kill those girls. Who lived among humans. And pretended to be human. But she was not a human. But a dangerous kind of insect. Who used to eat humans completely. Now, the same girl who killed the actor. She was coming from a party. When she goes to her car. Then the same man who used to kill girls like her. He comes from behind and catches her. After making a sign of the devil there. And sets it on fire and kills her. Now, that murderer cries a lot after killing the girl. Maybe he didn't want to kill her. Now, he goes to church. And there he goes to the father and tells him about himself. That I was not such a person before. But yes, I also know this, I am saving humans. From those dangerous things. Who eats humans while living with them. When I was a child, my parents used to beat me a lot. After that, all the fear in me was gone. Now, the father tells him there. Don't worry, everything will be fine. When he looks at the father, then he turns into a devil. It means he was a devil himself. Day 4. It means the 4th day's story is shown. The same man who used to kill girls who turned into worms. He was following a girl on the road. But suddenly a man gets off the car. And takes him home after making him unconscious. That murderer who used to kill girls. He asks that man, why did you bring me here? I don't understand this. He says I was keeping an eye on you for a long time. I know you kill innocent girls. That murderer says, I didn't kill anyone. When that man gives him electric shocks. Then that murderer tells the whole truth. Says yes, I killed everyone. But why did you bring me here? Now, that man who kidnapped her. He tells his story. He says I made a promise to my wife. I will always take care of her. And whatever she needs, I will try to fulfill it. He asks where is your wife, and why are you telling me all this? He says my wife has the virus. She has become a zombie. Now, she needs blood. She needs human flesh. That's why I brought you here. So that she can eat you and quench her hunger. Then that man's wife comes here. And starts drinking that man's blood. Who was the killer of the girls, and kills him. Now, on the day 5. We see the story of the 5th day. Now, the same man whose wife was a zombie. His neighbor was an old couple. They put up a board for room for rent outside their house. They needed a renter in their house. On the other side, a girl who was exercising. Meanwhile, she looks at this board. That girl tells her friend about this. Because she needed a room for rent. And takes a picture of the board and sends it to her. On the 6th day, when that girl goes to that couple's house. They meet her very lovingly. And tells her our house is very nice. And you will like it very much. That girl sees a picture at their house. Says whose is this? That old couple says this is our son. And comes here rarely, and he is a painter. Now, they show that girl the room. She likes that room very much. She says I will bring all my stuff from tomorrow. Then the phone rings. The lady picks up the phone from the old couple. Her son was speaking, and says I am hungry. That lady says your food is ready. Come quickly. Now, that lady's son goes home. And when the full moon is there. Then he turns into a werewolf, a dangerous wolf. Here we come to know that their son was a werewolf. Now he rings the bell of his house. Then that girl who came to see the house. Says I am going to open the door. When she opens the door. Then a dangerous wolf was standing in front of her. She gets very scared after seeing this. But the wolf eats that girl. The next day, they put the board for the room rent again. This means that every day they do the same thing. And whoever came to their house used to feed his son. So, that their son's hunger could be satisfied. Now comes day 7, which means the 7th day. Here we are told about the old couple's son. He lived separately from his parents and was a painter. He has 2 friends, who always lived with him. On the other side, a painter died, and all of them go to see him. Now, the old couple's son gets luggage. Which was of that dead painter. He finds a book. He sees a lot of pictures in that book. Which was made by that painter. Now, he starts making pictures of his cat on a page. Then he hears a sound at the door. When he sees it, there was his cat. He brings her inside and feeds her. Later, that boy's friend comes. Who was very surprised to see that cat. He says how can she come back? She was lost. He says, I don't know. I just made a picture on this book. And she came back. His friend says, I think this is some magical book. Okay, let's check it. You make a picture of notes on it. And when he does this, he really gets a lot of money. Now his friend says, whatever you make on it, make it carefully. Because everything becomes real. Saying this, he leaves from there. And that boy makes a picture of a girl on it who left him. He did this so that she can come back. Meanwhile, his bell rings. He thinks maybe that girl has come back. He was also talking to his friend on the phone. He tells him everything. When he was going to open the door, his friend says, don't open the door. Now his friend says, the girl whose portrait you've drawn, who has gone from your life, she died a year ago. And I had kept this hidden from you. So, that you don't feel bad. Don't you feel sad? Now, that boy was very scared. Meanwhile, he opens the door, and the girl's soul was there who was dead. She attacks him. When the boy's friend comes, he sees that he has died. The girl's soul killed him. When he looks at his book, in which everything drawn comes true. On the last page, the devil's picture was made. Now, the boy's friend gives all this stuff to his other friend. Here we see the story of that friend. Who had all the stuff, their third friend. When he goes to his house. Then his landlord comes and says, if you don't give me the rent, then I will throw you out of the house. The boy was a friend of a rich girl. His husband was old. She had married him for money. One day that boy, in that girl's house, sees an expensive ring in her house. When he goes to ask that girl, then she was bathing, and she refuses him. And says, get out of my house. The boy gets very angry at this. And turns on the hairdryer. And puts the bathtub. Which causes the girl's death. And he here runs after stealing the ring. Now, he goes to a shop to sell this ring. The shop's owner asks, where did you get such an expensive ring? He tells him, "It belongs to my grandfather." Now the shop's owner says, "I know that you brought it after stealing it. Come play a game with me. If you win, I will give you $10,000. When he says yes, then he sees the picture of the devil and gets scared. He doesn't understand that. Where does he come? He looks at the shop's owner. Then he had turned into a devil and tells him, "You are welcome in my world," and throws him into hell. Because of this, he dies there. At the end of the story, we're informed that whoever did wrong with whoever, he was also mistreated, which means he was punished. And this movie ends here with this sad incident.